Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Ask an Actor. It's as hot as balls. We're not really used to it being hot in this country. In fact, to just give you a taster of how terrible it usually is, I'm going to attach a short clip of what the weather was doing just 2 weeks ago. I don't know if you can see that. What the f*** is this? Yeah. As actors, we're very rarely asked to be concerned for ourselves. In fact, 99.9% of the time we're surrounded by other actors and directors and DOPs and makeup artists and Christ knows who else, trying to get us to go above and beyond the call of duty in order to get something finished, whether it's a play or, whether it's, a filming schedule or something like that. We're always being asked to push ourselves, and sometimes I feel like I just want to tear my hair out and go, you know what, there are going to be times when you are just going to have to draw a line and go, I'm sorry, we can't do anymore. And that line is heat stroke. Often we don't get to choose our own clothing, we get stuck away in costume and whatever else we're being told to wear at the time. We're often cloistered away in poorly ventilated performance spaces, with management for these performance spaces that are being cheap, that won't turn the air conditioning on until the audience is in, and even then sometimes it's like, oh, we'll only turn it on a little bit. It's like, no, you need to turn the aircon all the way up, please. I want icicles hanging from my nose whilst I perform. The symptoms of heat stroke or heat exhaustion are as follows. It's being tired and weak, it's feeling dizzy and faint, it's feeling nauseous and vomiting, it's having heavy sweating, muscle cramps, having an intense thirst and a really fast pulse. If you get a collection of those symptoms, the heat is probably getting to you and you really do need to take action super fast before it gets out of hand. It's very important that when you notice these symptoms creeping up on you, especially the headache and stuff like that, then is the time to start sorting yourself out. And how you do it is as follows. First of all, you take yourself out of the source of heat, whether it's, out of the really hot room and into somewhere that's cooler. If it's from being outdoors in direct sunlight to being, indoors in the shade. You need to remove as much unnecessary clothing as possible. And this is the moment, and one of the few times where I'd say, particularly to actresses, stuff your dignity. I don't care who is watching. Everything is coming off, okay? If you don't need to be wearing it, take it off. Next, you need to cool yourself down. And again, there's no hard and fast rules. Whatever works, whether it's, sort of getting somebody to empty a couple of bottles of water over you, whether it's to get someone with a wet cloth, or somebody with a hose pipe would be a godsend. Or even if people have those cooling sprays, I don't know if you see them in the background, those sort of pale blue cans of coolant. I always have at least one of them on me in this hot weather because, it's just so worth it. What an investment. Just anything to bring your core body temperature down, because once you get to the point where you're suffering from heat stroke, you can't do it by yourself anymore. Your body has literally reached critical mass. So you need to bring that down. The time to call for help, for people who are probably around the person watching going, I don't know, should we call for an ambulance? I don't know, what do you think? If they lose consciousness, if they start suffering from seizures, or if they don't get any better in half an hour, that's when you call for an ambulance. Most of the time as actors, we are encouraged to forget our own personal health and safety in order for the show to go on. And I just want to say that sometimes the show can go f*** itself. And that's it for another week. If you have any questions or comments about the video that you've just seen, feel free to message me. My email is askaliceweston@gmail.com. Aside from that, if you're a member of the Active North Facebook groups, you can also contact me on Facebook, and I'm also on Twitter and on Tumblr as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Hopefully not in the middle of a heat wave though. It's hot as balls in here, children. Oh dear me. That's what it was doing. It was snowing. And that's it for another week. That was as good a place to end as any. By the way, I just want to say, Gareth, thank you. I really love that hat.